Before viewing this essay, it's recommended that you either watch Video Game Donkeys or Scott the Waz's respective videos on box art to understand why box art is, or was, important. That will allow me to skip a preamble that will ultimately just artificially lengthen the word count. With that out of the way, as Donkey and Scott said, box art has become far more irrelevant in the digital era. So much so that I'd like to refer to it as promo art from here on out, because that's a far more accurate description of their current purpose. The Nigh Upon Us game Atomic Heart's promo art set an embarrassingly new low for an already flatlining art form. Now, by that, I don't mean it's the worst promo art of all time, but goddammit if it isn't one of the most disappointing. Atomic Heart's promo art depicts a faceless, soulless figure, with no discernible personality, and what appears to be some kind of robot. This is nothing new in the modern era, and proves to be highly successful as Call of Duty continues to rake in billions annually. But why I'm so angry with this game in particular is that it looks so exciting, and will clearly have something to say not only about communism, but the human condition, freedom of thought, and countless themes. So the way the developers choose to represent what appears to be a profoundly thought-provoking game is 3D models from the game plastered onto a generic background. Atomic Heart appears to be the other side of the coin to BioShock Infinite, instead exploring an alternate history USSR rather than America. Ironically, BioShock Infinite has the exact same problem of terrible promo art that's wholly unrepresentative of its outstanding world, narrative, and gameplay. It at least has the touch of the burning American flag, symbolizing revolution against authority. While granted that is a theme in the game, BioShock Infinite's narrative concerns a far more existential idea. Another game in the vein of these two is Control, a supernatural shooter with a twist on a way of life. Rather than the way of life for countrymen, it chooses to focus on the way of life of office workers. While Control delivers its message in somehow a more muddled way than Infinite, it highlights the dread of its subject's way of life, as Infinite did before it. Control once again has terrible and bland promo art, which conveys nothing about it. All they had to do was make a maze pattern in the background, which would tell the player this is a game about untangling a mystery, while also being a nod to an event within the game. But why is Atomic Heart's art worse than these two games? At least they had the decency to draw their protagonists in. At least they tried to have some kind of semblance of artistry to their games, which is so much more than their awful art makes them out to be. Of course, I say all this not having played Atomic Heart, so if the game releases and it's a dull, bland, generic shooter with nothing interesting to say, then I rescind everything I've written so far and declare the promo art wholly representative of the final product.